Episode 4, Season 2, Discuss Saloon. Coming at you live from the Couch of Dreams.
Welcome to the disco.
Welcome to the... I don't know. Right. Anyway, I'm J. Kingfisher Martin. Yous are all going to be birds of prey this week.
Yeah.
I forgot where I had my notes. I'm going to make them up.
I'll be there.
Every time.
To my left, Bradley Buzzard Reed.
Nice.
Bizarre.
To his left, Aaron Egyptian Vulture Reed. And to his left, Callum Peregrine Falcon McFadgen.
I wanted to be the Peregrine Falcon.
That's my favourite box ever, man.
I wanted to be that, but it's fine. Bradley's is the
Those
worst.
two original. What were you?
A buzzard.
Aye. Don't joke about buzzards, right?
Don't diss buzzards.
I mean,
Don't
I'll
disrespect
take-
the
I'll
man's
take-
birds.
Aye, I'll
he's
take the buzzard.
he's fast and he's eating dead guys, but you're big and brown. You're kind of buff in the world. Anyway,
I'm buzzing.
so I actually think I get to just because now it's episode 4,
Free-for-all.
so yous have all 3 years have now answered.
Oh,
so I
aye.
now get to just go random as fuck.
Freestyle.
Just put it to the
And
gallery.
I'm gonna go.
Hold on, wait. What's your bird?
Mine's is always just Kingfisher every
Oh,
week.
right, you're Kingfisher, right.
Sorry.
It's alright.
It's I'm host, I get to pick. Right. Bradley?
Yo.
La Orange.
La Orange.
Aye. Can I
La
spit
Orange.
2 quick bars about orange?
Of course.
And I didn't just pick it because her hair's orange, if that's that's kind of my
It's
point
a
of
good
contention.
place to start.
Right, so orange, right? This is fucked. So in the English language, the word orange never used to exist. We got it for France. So orange only started kicking about in like the 1500s or something, but it's like thousands of years old, right? And it's something mad. Like we got it for France, France got it for India, India got it for Sanskrit, and Sanskrit got it for somewhere else. Like I'm talking thousands of years of just this word that ended up being orange. How like
So was it the similar to the what was the
Blue.
the blue thing we were talking about?
see, I don't actually know because
I think the blue thing's more biological, and the orange thing's etymology.
I think in English language we had a word that was like crog or something, and then another word that was like
What, for orange or for blue?
they kind of meant like yellowishy red or yellowishy brown or whatever.
Oh,
But we did. But
No
then we only got the
distinction.
word orange.
I suppose because there's some colours right now that are like
Aye.
like the like a weird halfway house, and we don't really use the words that much. Like there's shades of purple
Aye.
that we would say like a violet, but like what the
I'm
fuck's
sure
violet?
orange as well is only called orange because of the fruit.
I know, I think that as well.
Aye.
Aye.
And then the other one was can't remember, forgot. Oh, aye, like carrots and shit. Is it no? What's that word called? How they get that orange is like a hydrogen thing. Is it no keratin? That's what makes your hair.
I know what you're talking about.
Anyway, I'll pass on to you. Orange. What are you thinking?
Don't know what the word is.
I think I watched a TikTok on this guy that was like an etymologist, and he spoke about the different like pathways of words and colours, and like a lot of stem from Latin and stuff like that. But I never watched one on orange. But I'm ginger, obviously. So orange has
Can I say something about your hair?
what?
I didn't ken you were ginger till
Nah.
folks started saying.
So
Because it's not that ginger. It
when I
looks kind of brown.
when I was younger, it was a lot more.
Problem child.
It was a lot more red. But I've never been like ginger. I've never had like I've got black eyebrows. Do you know what I mean?
Like as dark as a ginger gets.
It's more when we were younger.
tan and all.
Aye, because you tan, don't you?
A wee bit.
You
When
don't-
I was younger, I don't tan as much as I've got older.
You-
But I got my mom's kind of side. I've got brown eyes and
You've not got the white skin.
no off a white.
So
no,
you
no
didn't
milk
know-
bottle ginger.
You see, when you look at it now, you can kind of see the tinge.
The thing is,
For
as
me-
well, for the last like 5 years of my life, whenever it's been long, I've always had like product in it as well.
Mm.
So it always looks a bit darker.
When you like wash it out,
when I wash it and dry it, it looks more like auburn, kind of coppery bronze. That's the kind of I would like fag backy. See, like tobacco.
What your hair does have in common with orange is like the whatever the word is, with like autumn. Like orange pumpkins or that kind of stuff. Your hair is stinking autumn.
Like fall.
I mean, it's fall, baby. You have fall hair, and I'm here for it.
It's like the kind of wee bits of red, orange, and brown that all mixed.
It's also slightly sexier than what all 3 years of cocaine.
Well,
you can't see mine.
Fuck knows what I'm rocking the new, man, but it ain't that.
I mean,
yours are just 3 variations of brown.
Like
yours is like a dirty blonde.
Mine used to be like proper blonde, but I used to have really blonde hair, and then it just went dark all of a sudden.
I'd probably still call yours like a dirty blonde.
It's still kind of blonde.
It has a lightness to it.
There's a lightness to it. Yours is darker.
What's mental is I'll need to, I mean, we'll no fucking edit it into the video or whatever, but maybe I'd post it on a social for a laugh, is what I looked like when I was a Wayne.
You had awful blonde hair.
I'm talking like bleach, like M&M bleach blonde.
You looked fucking Swedish.
I don't know what the fuck happened, but I
don't know.
And he's ever did like a hereditary test where it tells you the countries you came from. That did you do one?
Because my mum is obsessed with that. Like,
where did it come back?
Genealogy, is that
so when my mum was the first one to do it, and she sent away like her DNA swab or whatever. Fuck man, now the government's got it. She done it, and she found out that she was almost like 50% like Irish and Scottish, which is mental. She also, like, I'll not go like off a fucking deep on it to like outer, but there was like stuff to do with like adoptions and stuff, and she's managed to
like build, in the tree.
She's managed to build like an offhang. Like since she retired, she's put some amount of fucking time and effort in this. So I was like, fuck it, I might just do it. So mine came back as basically being like, I think I'm like, it's like a huge percentage Scottish. It's like boring as fuck. It's like 60-70% Scottish, and then like, so it's like 60% Scottish, 20% Irish, 10% England and Northwestern Europe, and then there's a 5 to 10% that keeps changing, and I don't know why. It must be like they get more folk and it updates. It keeps changing from Norway and that to being like Germanic Europe, so like Germany and that.
And in Neanderthal.
Fuck knows. Well, I don't know where were they kicking about, man.
Don't know, man, but I know what they have.
They found Neanderthal DNA in like loads of folk recently, you know? There was like a full like discovery or something. I've
not been updated on it yet, but you never know.
Who knows? The Neanderthals back there, fucking, because they were, for them, there's no humans in the Neanderthals were. They were bonking a bit. So they were, or well, I don't know how consensual it would have been fucking.
It would have been like actual dogs just sniffing arses,
but then I do think that they had bigger heads than us, and I think like equivalent, roughly the same brain size as well. Like their brain cases are about the same as us.
They're the closest hanging.
So I think they were also they were making tools and shit. So like whatever primitive form of communication we had, they could probably learn. So
that thing's keratin, by the way.
Keratin that makes.
Keratin.
You make shave ginger or whatever. It also is the thing that makes flamingos pink.
Carrot top, ginger
Carrot
pubes,
top,
Fanta pubes,
Fanta pubes, and brewhead, Gingy,
fire earth,
Zhongjipong,
firehead, Zhongjipong.
So that's what makes orange things orange and what makes flamingos pink.
Keratin. So
because they eat shrimp and they get the.
There we go.
I mean, once I dyed my hair blonde, and obviously, like my nickname and everything else, it's been a major part of my identity is having as I've got older, kind of longer hair, the curtain kind of type, but having like kind of weird brown red hair, whatever. But I dyed my hair once, and I can't he'll be listening, but I mean, my dad had a go at me because I came here, like him and my hair was like blonde, and he was like, "What the fuck you done to that head?" And I was just like, "Oh, I was wrecked and I dyed it blonde." And he was just, "That's the thing. If you were going to do anything, it would be that thing." So Andy.
How long did the blonde hair last?
Maybe a month or something, and then I just got a shot of clippers when I was still in halls in second year and just shaved the sides, and then ended up with a baldy, but I never went and got it fixed. So I just looked like somebody that had just shaved their head while they were steaming.
I done that.
Because I was.
I done that in primary 7,
Aye.
except I ended up with like lighter than your hair. It was almost blondie, caramel, dirty ginger, because I used to, but I wanted blonde hair, and I bought this thing. I can't remember what the fuck it was called. It was called like Sunkissed or something. But because my hair was so dark, all it done was basically changed it ginger.
That's
So
what
I
happens,
actively
aye.
became ginger out of choice. That's fucked too.
Because I think we cunts with your colour of hair, like even as
Aye.
now, they strip it first. I think,
Aye.
and then they.
Aye, they bleach it and
Aye.
then you put the colour in.
Aye.
Aye. Because that's how I ended up with like white hair. Because I think I'd done it once. I don't even know if we maybe tried it when I was younger or something. Tried to defrost the tips, but I actually just had ginger
Oh, there's
ginger tips.
They must have done it because there's pictures of me and I'm
Frosted flakes.
like actual on holiday, fat as fuck, sitting with cake and my hair's blonde.
Aye.
You had frosted tips. Like
No,
mine,
but I,
mine
like,
frosted tips, the good old days. I
The
know.
big blonde fringe, so I
I'm
must
sure.
have done it all.
Aye. I don't know.
At
No,
one
he was frosted wheat. He had like a
Aye.
full side.
You had like what folk used to say was bird shite, the bird shite
Aye,
hair.
the bird shite, the
Like a
I'll
net,
take
like
that.
Nedved or something. Do you mean like just
Aye.
that kind of weird? But folk used to just do that. I'm sure our Uncle Scott had at one point. Folk used to just like have just streak, but it wasn't streaks at all.
Aye, they would just rub it in.
It just rubbed in.
Aye.
Aye. So you had kind of dirty blondie bird shite looking hair.
I'm no fucking touching my hair again, man. That's me locked. Like I'm growing it, man.
I did.
It's getting grown.
Aye.
It's coming in. It's getting there.
I do feel your pain because I mind when I shaved my head, I was like,
terrible.
I'm never doing this again. I'm nothing
No.
without this.
Aye.
And then during COVID, Gary,
I'm
our
empty.
pal Gary, offered to give me £50 to shave my head because everybody was in the house.
Aye.
So we were FaceTiming on that app, the
House
Oh,
party.
aye,
House party,
aye.
Aye.
so I
Rest in
shaved my
peace.
head for every day, got 50 quid, and then me and Aaron just bought like 2 packets of fags and drink for the night. And I had no hair. For what?
Do you
For what?
see that house party? That was fucking cracked, man. Because you
That
were
was
actually
cracked.
jumping between like rooms, and folk were just mad with it. Like, do you remember? Did somebody know Whitey? Somebody in the chat know Whitey, and it was like actually like going through
Me.
into different rooms. Was it you?
Me, I would say.
We were actually going into like different rooms, like chatting to folk, and then you'd go in and Jay's Whitey to the toilet.
That was
that's
me.
brilliant. That was
I'd been
strange
working.
time of my life, man.
I had been working through at the start of COVID, and then I get put on furlough, and it was like the first Saturday after I had get put on furlough where folk were still no wanting to break the rules and all that. Like, this was real
was
start.
real
Like
shit.
there was hundreds of us in that party,
Aye.
and fuck knows how I ended up to get, because I know usually I couldn't seek on nights out. I just was obliterating things down my throat, man. Like I think I got whiskey or some
Aye,
something.
we were chugging like spirits on the app and that.
Aye.
Whilst
Aye.
we
And
were
I
in
just-
the house ourselves.
Aye.
fucking obliterated my dad's
Just getting
bathroom.
wrecked. I think we were quite lucky the fact we stayed together because we are
Aye.
we're obviously brothers, but we're like pals. It never felt like we had to go through like suffer with the loneliness kind of thing. I'd imagine that
Aye,
for
some
other folk being in
cunts
your
might have,
ma's or your
aye.
dad's house or whatever, or parents' house, that must have been quite difficult. But we just smoked fags and watched Game of Thrones.
It
and,
was so good.
aye, it was
so
chill, waiting for the world to wake back up kind of thing.
Aye. I think,
Um,
in fairness, my personality type probably would suit. I've generally been stuck in a room for fucking ages. Just
Aye.
picking my ass, man. Like,
Aye.
Picking the dangleberries for last week.
I've said to a few folk, like, this sounds so mad, but like, I'm so happy doing none, man.
aye. You've spoke about that before.
Like, just let me do
but,
none,
but
man.
you like doing nothing, whereas I'm more like my doing nothing's like a YouTube video and or like playing FIFA is doing nothing to me. That's like I still need to be doing something. I can't
Aye.
do that like actual just lie or
No,
sit.
I'd probably need to do like a 50. I'd need some like fucking about in me,
Aye.
but I mean, like, see, just doing my own thing, but then I wonder how quick that turns to loneliness.
Maybe
man.
it's because you don't get much of a chance yet. Then it's like you love it, but
I think if you done an extended year of it, man, you would.
aye. Well, I mean, we've seen like we know we've all fucking done a wee bit of psychology
Aye.
to understand fucking isolation and what it does to a
Aye.
cunt, man.
Exactly, man.
St-
R.I.P. Harambe.
Dicks out for Harambe.
You were
Gone too soon. Dicks out for
If you don't ken that tune, it's on Spotify.
Aye, still on Spotify. Aye.
What's the guy artist called? DJ.
Fuck, man, what is his name? You need to, you resident
Songs
DJ.
Dicks Out for Harambe.
It's
Pull
such
it
a
up.
tune. The actual, there's a line in it where he's like, fucking, he was going to make it to the Monkey Ball Super League and all that, like, and you're actually just like, ah, man, it was a straight party crusher, fucking, like.
See if you're currently listening to this, man. You must
You must, because
Like, what's it doing to your brain? No good stuff, anyway. We're out here preaching good mental health and that, but
Is it Rocky Gold?
Aye, oh,
Aye.
Because
mate.
there's one here that isn't Rocky Gold, Xavier G. I'm not saying all that. I think it's
one,
Rocky
man.
Gold, isn't
Aye,
it?
it's Rocky Gold.
Aye.
I recognise that. It's still on my
Aye.
playlist to this day.
Aye.
Like, when was Harambe?
2016, 17? Is it 2016? No, I'm thinking of Coney.
No, do you know
Coney was 2012.
That was 2012.
I swear,
Coney 2012.
one of the funniest things that's ever happened in my life, right? And it's not going to sound funny to cunts, but it is funny, right? So I was on a bus down to Manchester to go and see Spurs play Man City. See Spurs for the first time. That's my team after I was going on about Ange. We were on the bus down, and the fucking Queen died, and I was raging because they were going to cancel the fucking Fitbit, and they did, right? But Brown, who I was with, we still don't know if he actually listens to this or not.
Aye.
But he goes, no, look at that, and it was like a picture, like an actual drawn fucking painting of the Queen, like an R.I.P. thing, and there was just a big Harambe beside her. It was the Queen, like a memorial thing for the Queen, but Harambe was there, and I was like, that is the best thing I've ever seen in my fucking life. Like, I could probably fin it, man. Oh, peak, man.
Harambe, man.
Because that's how serious some cunts were taking it. Like, they were painting in Harambe beside the Queen, like R.I.P. to the two goats, pretty
There
much.
must be a few actual die-hard Rangers fans with that poster up in the room, man. Like,
No, I think they'd find that disrespectful, I think, man.
Oh, well,
Aye.
Oh, with the Queen, aye.
Aye, they'd have the Queen, maybe. But
We
no.
are actually a cancer on this earth, aren't we?
Humans, aye.
Like, it's so, like,
Shaved apes.
these like somebody shaved an ape and they became the most disrespectful people of all time.
It's like getting actual shaved apes fucking AKs, like, and we just fucking destroy
Aye.
everything round about
And
us,
with,
man.
with the world now can't go in its natural course, we've now
No.
diverted it half course. We're looking fucking things that are 8 foot with big muscles, hairy as fucking cages, and go and live.
Aye. Oh no, it's better for you here. Like, you're
Aye.
not having to compete for your food. It's like, that's what I fucking want. I want to scrap their gorilla for my territory. Like, what are you talking about? Nah, man. Fucking fuck it. Shut the zoos, man. Fucking send all the animals home. But they can't send them home now because they'll
No,
not have a
Because they're
fucking
not climatised or that.
Scooby
Aye.
dish, man.
Yeah, they're fucked.
Like,
That's what happens to a lot of like ones, innit? That they just
Aye.
can't release them because it's like they're
No.
going to get there and just
They'll
one day,
learn by
24
example.
hours.
There'll be a wee bear cub like sitting on his phone or something, man. Just like, what? You want me to go and chase a deer? Are you joking?
Fuck's
No,
sake, I'm
man.
watching TikTok.
Aye, no, the guy comes at 4 with 4 big bits of steak. Raw steak for me. What?
Aye, I watched a video of a squirrel battling a snake earlier.
Did you?
Aye, this snake's like actual choking for this squirrel, and the squirrel just stands up, starts clawing fucking it, wraps round it a couple of times, and then the snake, I was about to say runs away, but slides away. Flies away.
Was that one of the venues that like
Nature is metal.
Nature is
Aye, yeah,
It was a Nature is metal video.
honestly, man. See if
They are
you're
good.
ever in a gaff at 5 in the morning, man, just put on an H, and I'm telling you, you watch, but like, what? We're just animals, man. Look at that lion battle that thing, man. What? Ah, it's so good, man.
We are animals.
We are animals.
100%.
What was I saying
In a
about
different
orange?
way.
Came out we didn't do this week. We didn't actually name things that were orange. We managed to.
Aye, we just segued into fucking...
Halloween 3 Season of the Witch, that's an orange movie. For sure. You've seen that one?
Aye, anything,
This-
I
this-
feel like anything that's like slightly.
Pumpkins that crush all the way in seeds. Wow.
Then
Fanta's yellow in it. But
I was
no,
like,
I'm
I
not
was thinking
following.
about the Netherlands team. They know called the like
Yep.
the orange or something.
Because they're one of the teams that wear colour that isn't on their flag, like Italy.
Aye. They don't wear.
Aye.
Oh, they were blue. All
blue.
right.
There's somebody else I was thinking of. Germany. They're white.
Germany. Aye.
There's no white in their flag.
Oh, true. I haven't really
weird.
thought about that. It's quite cool.
Did we set a timer? I know
No.
Where orange things
I
are.
don't even know.
Pumpkins are pretty cool, eh?
Cheetos or Wheatos?
Cheetos, Wheatos, Doritos. See the orange Doritos, man.
Tangy cheese.
Lucozade.
Look,
Orange, look,
The
it's
orange
not,
one,
not
not
as
the
good as what it
OG.
used to be, man. Wow. See the
they've
old
nerfed it.
orange one? Wow, that was incredible.
I've
They've
got-
nerfed it.
I'm going to ask a serious question, right? And you don't need to think about it long, but just have to tap your disc, because we are not the type. This is a classic podcast question, but
Right.
it's also we're no classic podcast guys. At least we don't think we are. What is the bushest animal you think you could batter? Like, because I think I might tap out at like a big Labrador. Like anything bigger than that, and I think it's
Some
fucking
dogs
me
are-
up.
So I'm
Man.
talking. So we talking us at like a peak physical condition, or us right now?
No, I was
'Cause
right
see-
now.
see,
Remember
like,
that Doug we met?
Oh, I
Aye,
still
like-
see
Cause
it.
see right now, I'm not even like I'm not playing ball with like
Mace Doug's.
like a ferret. I'm not playing ball with the new man. Do you know what I mean?
Aye, that's fair, but that's what I mean, because it
Do
like
you mean big? Is it the biggest?
just what right
Aye,
now
the
Jake,
wi-
with
the
biggest-
wildest
aye,
thing
like the
you think you
bushest
could-
thing,
Like could actual win it, kill it.
like because a honey badger would rip me to bits. The
Aye.
new.
Aye.
And it
they-
would probably
but
rip
they're
me
the-
to bits
they're the
anytime.
most- They know the most lethal. Like,
they are
Aye,
wild.
but-
ground
but
animals.
I could fucking probably put up 100 clips. It couldn't saying they could batter a honey badger.
Aye.
Like just
I
big,
think it's their
big
jaws,
muscle
something.
cunts.
Their jaws and the strong
They've got
other
big
teeth are
claws.
so
They've
sharp.
got
Aye.
big
They're
claws in
like
their
built
hands.
to kill. Like
Aye, they're
there's honey
brutal.
badgers like scaring lions away and all that. So like, I'm not
So,
going near
like,
that guy.
are we allowed weapons? But
No, bear horns.
Bear
They're
horns.
fighting bear horns.
Well, I think, you're
thing-
not
thing-
getting by like.
the thing with humans is, but it's our intelligence that beats the animals, man. Do you get what I mean?
I
It'd be
think
making
actually-
something to
That's
kill
why
it.
I mean, like fisting. That's not going to work.
I think, but our historically, the reason that we survived longer than a lot of their species that went extinct, it's no our ability to think. It was because we've got the best endurance. Like we're the best
can
runners.
runners,
We're the
runners.
best
Is it
animal
no something
runners.
to also? Is there no something also to be said about us just shagging and fucking?
Oh aye.
We've
Definitely,
Straight
aye.
numbers.
But straight numbers, if straight numbers was our best evolutionary trait, we would see a lot more twins, triplets, quadruplets, whatever the fuck they're
Aye.
called. Because we do one term 9 months, whereas air animals have litters of 10 and shit. Like, so
Aye.
we never evolved that. But what we did involve was the best lungs.
We also domesticated their animals
Aye, we found that out. Aye.
real quick and
Ken,
then just decide it.
I'll take your question and almost like subvert it. Do you think that you could take on a kangaroo? Have you saw the
No.
kangaroos,
No.
man? The
Boxing.
box.
No,
Because I was
see-
thinking, I was
see
like,
the felt,
could
you-
that actual take it? Like, I mean, you just get behind it, you snap its neck.
Apparently all you do is like clip it and then it fucks off.
Does it?
Aye,
I love how 10
straight
minutes ago we were like, oh no, like save the animals, get rid of the zoos, and now we're talking about clipping fucking kangaroos
Because I
uh,
behind the
mean,
ears.
there was a video on the internet like a few years ago, and it was like this kangaroo was trying to drown this guy's dog, and the guy came in and started boxing the
Aye.
kangaroo.
Do you know why I asked? But because I was sitting thinking, I don't know why you were talking about, like, you were talking about the on stuff, and I just couldn't shake out my head. There was like a film. I watched a video about a film, and it was about like a mutant polar bear. The film, can't remember what it was called.
Right.
But the polar bear was huge. But then they were talking in like the clip. It was the guy was talking about the science of polar bears and how they could whatever. But he was talking about how big they are. Like, and I was like, a polar bear could actually just rip you and fling you. Like, they're so fucking massive.
So what is it? Brown, lie down, black, fight back, then white is good night.
Aye, because
whites are those two for-
Unless you've got a gun to shoot
think
them in the head.
He said
Aye.
polar bears, I think, are like strong enough to like break through doors and shit. Like they can just fucking bang.
I think they're like 8
Aye.
foot tall, I don't know.
I think they might be bigger than
And
that.
then they're like, what? They must be like half a ton or something that way.
Because I
that's
remember,
aye.
do you know those folk who like live up in Alaska and like this north of Canada, like thousands of miles for
out in
every
the
cunt by
sticks.
themselves.
Aye.
They're like, I remember seeing a woman who was like sitting chatting to like the camera crew, and she was like, "Aye, if a polar bear shows up, I'm just ready to go. Like that's me. I'm fine. I'm fine to go." Because she's like, "I'm living in like a shack. This thing will just tear it
just
down
rip it
by
apart.
itself with its
Aye.
horns, and then just kill me."
I'm
she
sure.
was had to
I
be
was
like, "Aye, I'm
talking
alright."
about
Holy man.
keratins or whatever. No, what are they called?
Carotens.
And then also talking about the flamingos turning pink feet and the shrimp.
Shrimp.
Yep.
I'm sure the polar bears are one of the things. Like their skins,
Because they're so white.
their skin's black. I think.
So is their hair a certain
their
shade
sort
of like
fuzz. Their
white or
fuzz
clear?
very reflective of the snow and light. in
They
general.
don't get kind
But
of
their fur-
pinky.
But their fur, they've got like pink horns and
Aye,
black,
aye.
but their skin's like black. I'm pretty sure.
Alright.
But like I think the fuzz white's for like camouflage and that. But they do have pink. I'm sure their horns.
Because I
and that.
thought, I was thinking, no, like the way, like, how you see like some dogs' bellies,
Aye.
is that kind of pinky way? Do you know what I mean?
Aye.
And their paws can be kind of pink.
Polar
'Cause
bears
I'm
are
sure I
fat.
watched a YouTube video about all the bears. I watched a YouTube video about bears, and it was like
I've definitely watched
common.
ones
It
about
was
bears.
like
Something
common
about bears, man.
ancestors, and it was talking about like when they all sort of because like there's bears in Asia and stuff,
Aye.
and it was talking about like them all splitting up at a certain
Oh,
point.
look. They're pulling the fur
Oh,
back and it's
fuck, aye.
black.
Aye, there you go. Aye.
That's mad, isn't it?
That is cracked.
So it was talking about like polar bears and that, how they split up because they were talking about like the common ancestor between like polar bears and something else, and it's like fucked,
There was
man.
ones
Bears.
when we were like, not us, but like our ancestors, obviously, but like kicking about like I think it was maybe like 12,000 years ago, somewhere about there. There was cave bears,
Aye.
and like they primarily lived inside caves, and they were massive, like bigger than the bears we've got now. And like cunts would just walk into a cave and be like, oh fuck, this is a cunt's den.
was there no also
Like absolutely
cave,
melt it. Aye.
was there no
There was
also
ca-
bears that were like
There was cave lions and all.
aye.
There was, aye, bigger lions
Where
in
are you
caves.
going? Where are you going? Let's see if you're one of us. Where are you going?
No,
You're looking up a
fucked.
tree and all. Can bears not climb
Was there no
trees? You're
huge-
good as well.
Was there no huge bears?
Aye,
I thought
aye,
there was ones that were like
what were they
fucking
called?
like
There was the
redonkulous.
giant what is
Sloth,
it? The
giant
sloth.
sloth,
Aye,
aye.
aye. That was like the size of an elephant. A sloth the size of an elephant. Like,
That's absolutely
and it's
correct.
like walked on its like fucking.
Sometimes
hind
it's
legs.
a wonder we did survive.
Aye, oh, aye. Like how we came through it all, but
Was there no times when there was like spiders and bugs and all that were like the size of houses?
That's an
like,
good podcast question. How long would
Aye.
you survive in they times if you
Aye.
just get drop shipped to now?
that's there's lots of YouTube videos about that.
oh man.
I know we did.
Well, I watch.
maybe.
I watched Outdoor Boys, man, and my guy Luke kenned what he's talking about. So I think I'd maybe last 10 minutes.
No, I don't know.
10 minutes,
Shout out
maybe.
See,
Dog
any of,
boys, man.
any of the older times, but the to do the stuff with the bugs.
Was that
I-
no a long time
Aye,
ago?
but it was because there was more oxygen. I think the theory is there was more oxygen in the atmosphere at the time, so that allowed them to get bigger. Like they physically can't get any bigger than they're now, and their exoskeletons work and like the way that they survived the now. But then I think they had dragonflies that were about the size of dogs and
Aye.
stuff like that, like big dogs.
If you get dropped into the times, man,
Oh, aye.
actual 10
Big-
minutes possibly.
what the things like? See, like
Millipedes, centipedes,
like the big huge ones that would be like the length of this room and like fucking a foot and a half wide.
That's
Crazy.
too cracked,
And
man.
they've come up and fucking with their claws and that, man.
Is that why we only get like huge animals in like the depths of the ocean now?
Aye, I would think so. Aye,
Because you just
aye.
can't get them like out
And I
in
think
the open now.
like just general gravity and like obviously like a fucking whale, something the size of a whale couldn't
Can he
like
aye,
couldn't hang
survive
in it.
out? Aye.
But then if I think about dinosaurs, obviously that's like 160 fucking million year ago. But if I think of some of the size of the dinosaurs, like it would be because they'd be like the size of big buildings, some of them and all that, and that's just like fuck.
I know that,
Can't
but-
comprehend that, man.
No, it's,
Like, we don't have anything.
You even
No.
see the
elephants, maybe,
Aye.
but other than that, like
That freaks me out a wee bit. Sometimes this is like two fears in the one.
a double
like,
dip.
Sometimes I think about okay, so
dab.
there's an initial one which is being out in the ocean and all the way around you is just ocean.
Aye, it's a fear.
The other one is being on an island, a tiny island with trees that go like almost away out into the atmosphere, but then also the water's surrounding you in all directions. And then another one is like being somewhere where there's like no much cover and shit at night or during the day, and just imagining a thing actual up to
Oh,
fucking
aye,
Mars,
aye,
like Godzilla.
Because I do you know what I was thinking about? See how like they have I don't know if you well you probably also Cabin in the Woods.
Aye.
And obviously, like, not to spoil Cabin in the Woods came out in like
Skip
2012.
forward 1 minute.
like, skip a minute, but at the end of Cabin in the Woods, like, it's like, oh, they've upset the fucking gods. They didn't do their didn't they sacrifice the virgin, and then fucking like the hang comes up out the grunt, and it's like the size of like a small city or something. Like it's huge. And
Aye.
like I was thinking about that the other day, and I was like, oh, like Cthulhu and shit like that kind of stuff. See if something was that big. Like it would like Godzilla. Like see if Godzilla was real,
actual gods,
like
aye.
actual seeing it with your own two fucking eyes, you would just be like, I am an ant. Like, because right now we know we're ants, but we don't. See, unless you're up in space and then you look down and you're like, we are fucking ants. Like, you would not see if you were on the moon looking back at the earth, you'd be like, right, we're fucking ants.
It would be pretty cool to see, but wouldn't it?
I was thinking about that and all. See, like, ken the amount of bravery and sack, right? The astronauts that actually leave fucking Earth, even if they've got it all planned out and they've cranked all the maths, because like it's the most hostile place that we can get to, and they're like, I'm gonna do it for humankind.
Absolutely.
Because we gloss at it because it didn't happen in our time. We didn't exist in a time when we hadn't been to space. Like, that's like we hang it. We've barely been, but see, taking that leap, because like back in the day it would have been like, oh, what's this water? I'm going to build a fucking raft because I've noticed wood floats, and then you go off and that would be scary. So you get up there, like, because bear in mind the speed you're coming back down it, like when you're coming,
speed you're going up it,
and that's, see if something breaks down, fucking like, say like cunts get to Mars and then something breaks, you're just going to bake on the surface of Mars.
I know, man.
Never near anybody that you've ever loved. You won't even be able to get brought back to get buried. You're fucked. You're like, you're up there and you're going to turn to red ash like the rest of the planet. Like,
is there no some like astronauts have like the highest like level like suicide rates and like depression or something, because they do go up there and they see how small we are and they're just like, nah, this is fucked.
I don't know the maths, but fucking I would imagine it must be,
because there's not that many of them. I think they all do kind of go like a bit kind of skeptical when they come back home.
See if you've been, because we've got the luxury, right? Like, it's that fucking the 2D plane thing. It's like, if you're fucking a two-dimensional being and I draw a line in a bit of paper, to you that is like, it's like a wall. It's like you can never cross that.
Plato's cave.
Aye.
You don't care what's outside the cave.
You don't know what's outside the cave. So the shadows, that's the real world and all that. And then you come out and you're like, I can't comprehend it. I think if you went into space or even onto the ISS and locked down, like
you're seeing like fucking 8D,
because then you've had, because every single one of us 8-9 billion, however many it is, we've only saw the world through one perspective, and that's pretty much on the ground. We've been in a plane, but it's no space.
That is the limit.
That's the limit for like 99.99999 fucking fuck knows how many nines on the end, and we only ever see the world for that one perspective.
So we'll say it again. Shaved ape.
On a fucking rock hurtling through empty space.
Come on, brother. Like, that makes me feel a wee bit, no uneasy, but like the fact that we know, right? Like, so there is places in this earth that we can go and visit, right? Like countries and all that kind of stuff. But we will live and die on this ball called
this
Earth.
rock.
That's it.
And that's where the space thing would fuck you.
Even though we know there is billions and billions and billions of uninhabitable, but like there is something else out there, but we'll never touch it.
Maybe our ancestors will. Maybe they'll do it in part 2 of the pod, man.
And on that happy note,
we'll be back.
We'll be back.
We'll be back.
This has been part 1. Please come back Bob or 2 for part 2, where we're doing Choke of the Week, baby. Yeah.
Choke of the Week.
Choke me. Right. Hello. Welcome back to part 2 of Disco Saloon, episode 4, season 2. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Right, we're going to do Joke of the Week. Last week we ended on... Who ended last week?
I can't remember. You? No, you started.
You? No.
Doesn't matter. You pick.
Right, Vinny.
You started it, so I'll finish it.
Do you think you've went first in a wee while?
No, I've no. And mine's is fucking short and sweet and a bit hot.
Literally.
Probably.
Maybe.
I don't know if I would even say it's hot.
Hot.
My specific joke of the week is the mozzarella dippers for McDonald's.
Oh,
yeah.
Specifically, but with the salsa dip.
Oh, yeah.
Nice to be,
because it's the salsa dip that gets me.
Salsa dipper ho.
And what's ironic about that, Aaron, is we went to McDee's today, and what the fuck happened when you ordered Mozzie Dippers and I ordered Mozzie Dippers, and it happens every time to one person at least.
I got my salsa dip.
And I go dry ass. Mozzie dip. No,
cheese.
no, they still
Dips.
taste it unreal, but the salsa dip is
Fuck places
I-
now.
see it.
I mean, they did have about 8,000 orders, but
See, it was super busy, right? But
Aye.
see, if that was me, I think I would have walked back in for the salsa dip, like because the salsa dip's thing that makes it.
aye.
I'm sick of fast food places now, man. They're always forgetting things and you're always having to ask for stuff. I've noticed it recently. See, the other day there, Taco Bell forgot my chips. I never even went back in. I just said, fuck them, they're not getting my penny out my wallet
Can't you
again,
forget
man.
a man's chips,
Aye,
man?
that's
wait,
A sauce is one thing, but a man's chips.
I was
Aye.
built rice. Anyway, Mozzie.
Aye, that's correct. I just want to shout out the Airdrie McDee's because you bastards park me every fucking time. You didn't today because we went in, but I've been plenty of times. Never once have I got my fid at the window, even when there's no air cunt there. I don't know what your fucking routine is, but it's not on.
Park up.
Airdrie McDonald's, the one at the retail park, get wrecked.
Hi,
Right.
idea. We'll just take that little space over there. We'll just get the food out to you.
Honestly, every cunt parks, but I've not seen a cunt get their food at the window, and I've been like fucking 30 times. Like I go there like every time I drop the wing off, I stop by, I get 2 dubs and the
Aye.
wrap of the day, as long as it's no the Caesar salad or the veg one.
What? Aye, like, what is this? Is it a drive-through or is it fucking
Mate.
sit your hoop there? You cunt?
Two burgers and a wrap. You'd think I'd just ask for the food
Aye.
shop.
What was
Freeze frame through.
The food, aye, let me get 2 of everything. No, fuck up, 2 doubles and a wrap.
Aye, let me get a 10-minute set and a said he'd.
What were those? What were those 60s like drive-through places? But was there a drive-through?
Aye.
You used to go park up.
Aye,
What were they called again?
Before McDee's, that's what all
Aye,
the
that's what it
drive-through
was.
Aye,
places.
they were like
Drive-in.
drive-ins.
Just
Drive-in.
drive-in.
Aye,
And
aye,
you-
that
aye.
Airdrie's just fucking as they went
That's-
past 1965.
I'm telling you, man. Like the food's cold by the time she's walked to my car because it's so fucking far. I'm basically at Tesco. If any cunt kens that retail part, Tesco's
That
like
is
a
a distance.
good minute, John.
That-
And you're fucking.
That happens at an air one. It's I think it's Linwood.
I'm telling you, and I checked the receipt, right, and it's fucking owned by McDonald's business company or something like that.
Did you email them?
So no, I might. Right, because I'm getting a bit
We
heated
love
about
a
it.
Karen in
Aye,
here.
we do. We don't mind it, man. I've got the fucking cut for it.
Karen without the K.
Aye, fucking hold it.
Aaron.
But the aye, so they fucking they part me up every time, right? But whatever. Anyway, mozzie dippers and fucking salsa dip. So basically, I think how often do they come out every year? Is it twice a year?
So, aye.
2 times in a year, and I tell you, see the sauces you get with all the air dips, piss, rich tomato, fuck up.
I like that rich
No,
tomato.
See,
shite.
I don't mind it. I
It's like
actually don't mind
it's
it.
like shite tomato sauce. I just wouldn't dip cheese in tomato sauce.
I think it tastes like a stronger tomato sauce. Like it's
Aye,
less
no,
watery,
aye.
less
It's
sugary.
kinda
Like
like a rich
It's closer
tomato.
to actual tomatoes, and I don't like tomatoes.
Jinx, I thought it tastes more fake.
Jink,
Aye,
the rich one.
the rich one to me tastes like it's got 1,000 lumps of sugar in it, man.
Does it?
Aye, whereas
I don't know,
the
man.
normal one's tangy, whereas it's more mellow.
See, I don't eat tomatoes. I just know I don't like them. So
No, take it from me, that tastes like the opposite of tomatoes.
right.
Tomatoes are like
Right.
watery.
You don't
Right.
like tomatoes, do you?
No, really, no.
No,
Unless it's in a burger and you eat it.
It's in a burger.
You're telling
aye.
us that a
They
burger
are
thing there,
very. They are very.
Anyway, but I will agree that salsa makes like
hydrating.
the salsa, it's like, so like, see if I think I might have said this before when we spoke about Scan, but when I worked in McDonald's, I done two stints, man, 2 stints at McDee's, totaling like maybe 2 stretches at prison. Aye.
aye.
But me and Bradley were in the other day. We went in and ordered, and we were just watching mostly like all the women at the front, and they're all running about, and I was like, there's not one cunt in that full kitchen that doesn't have 10 things today.
It's
Aye.
Like
That's
see, the
absolutely
lassie that
correct.
got our bags, the one that remembered my salsa dip and forgot Bradley's, I swear, like she was going, order 94, bang, and then she'd
Aye, she was
span
back,
like she was
aye.
doing a relay run, like see when you pass the baton,
A
except
test.
she was passing the baton to herself to get the next
Cooper
thing,
test.
and they were all doing it, running about. They've got 2 cunts taking orders out because, as I said, every cunt gets parked. Mental.
I think I must just be a dip slut or a dip cook, as we've said
Aye,
before.
you love it.
I like seeing McDonald's. There's no dip I don't like. I could
don't-
eat them all.
I don't eat.
Aye, no, they're all good.
I'll eat the tomato one, the salsa one. Ken nuggets in the salsa dip, I know, man. Fuck. The mozzarella dippers, as long as they're fresh, are goated even themselves, but
they're peak.
9 times out of 10 they're no fucking fresh. They're a bit hard. So that's where you get like, so ideally in an ideal world you would have free salsa dips to free mozzarella dippers, right? And then you would get like a big huge scoop and bite a third, and then get another big scoop, bite a third, and then get the remnants on that last wee bit.
Man, that's why I'm like everywhere.
Aye.
See, I'm no. Use our sauce cooks. I'm no a sauce cook.
Only a couple.
I like it to add some flavour, but I'm cool with just a. That's why I didn't go in.
I'll give you one thing, Taco Bell. See that creamy jalapeno sauce and the Cali Ranch? I'll give you that.
You can keep the fries.
Keep the fries.
What was my... Oh, aye. When I done my stretches at McDee's, when I was fucking slaving for all you fucking ungrateful bastards, running double batch, right? See, when I was doing that, right, I went through the back on more than one occasion and just slid, like, the boxes of the sauces have got like 500 sauces in it or something, and I would just open the box and just fucking skite it into my bag. So like I would take
cupboard just for like dips and
just
straws,
dips
man.
and that condiments, like a full cupboard.
See,
so
that sour cream and chive dip, man. Took a few of them, hey, man.
It's when the hangy runs, when the promo ends, the guy was got like fucking 200-300 dips. Fucking man's putting on
That's
show.
a free show.
Aye, fucking right.
We're talking about dips, man, and you're getting a snack out.
Aye.
Got to dip my jumper on the
Clearly
floor.
been doing the dips at the gym, you hunky bastard.
You're tricep dipping bastard.
I've been lacking.
But I would slide them into my bag, so I sometimes would go home with like 40 salsa dips, and I would eat it with everything. So like I would get my way to make like just shit out of the oven, like even if it was just chips or like the bird's eye chicken things, just chop it up.
The bird's eye chicken.
And then I would just buy a pack of tortillas and then just like a wee bit of butter. And then
What ones are they bird's eyes?
The
char grill one pings me, but
they're great, but
the
no,
char
the
grills are mental,
crispier
man.
one. No, the crispy ones, the Saloon fried ones, I think, like they ones,
Fuck.
and then the hot and spicy ones, I know. I would do them, and then I'd put a bit of cheese, maybe if I was fucking baller. If I'd been paid, if I hadn't been paid, it was just 3 of the salsa dips opened
I
and scooped
survived
it.
on them when I stayed in Stirling, but also if it was hitting near payday, I'd get and get Tesco's own hot and spicy ones.
Aye.
Aye, every pound's a prisoner.
Aye, gotta be, because they things tide you through, man. You can put one of the chicken things in a wrap and it kind of does you.
They bird's eyes quite often on our own club card, man. So you can get
2 for a pound or something. Aye, no, they get you. But anyway, the mozzarella dippers and salsa, that's like one of my favourite things. I'll go to McDonald's whilst that's running as a promo, like twice as much as I would go otherwise. And sometimes, I was there on Saturday night and I just got mozzarella dippers. Like in the day, I was just going to get more. Then I was like, to him, like, oh, what you getting? And we were looking at the big fucking screens, man, that are built to make you spend more money. Spend more money. And he's like, I'll just get a meal. I'm like, well, I might as well get a fucking meal then. Quarter pounder with nae gherkins, nae onions. Fuck the onion. And fuck whoever decided to put the onions on the grill.
Rotten,
They decided to start cooking the onions on the grill with the burgers. So even if you ask for it with foot onions, it's still got an onion fucking flavour.
I'm all about choice, man. A man should be able to decide if he wants.
I like the flavour, but I get that.
I'm not with that cross-contamination,
but I do like the flavour.
Rage.
I'm no bothered by it at all. I think I'm actually quite excited by it because I like onions in a burger.
Ken unbuckled that we were like, this will take 2 minutes, man. Fucking hell for leather on the...
I've kind of went just rage against my fucking previous employer.
Would you say that the Mozzie Dippers are the best form of cheese like selection? See how they do the different promos.
That McDee's day.
Aye. Mozzie Dippers probably. The wee cheese melts are alright, and then there's an air form in them.
The natural ones are good. The chili cheese natural ones are good.
Them, but they do them
I can sit and eat them like that.
See the poppers, like is it Burger King that did the jalapeno poppers?
McDonald's did them for a wee bit as well.
They're probably my least favourite. Like they taste good, but Mozzie Dippers probably top of the list.
It's funny, but because like the McDonald's mozzie dippers compared to like mozzarella dippers for anywhere else are fucking ass. But like, see with that salsa dip and the fact it takes 2 seconds, brilliant. And big shout out to fucking halloumi, because I never used to eat fucking halloumi, and then I went through like a spell a couple of months ago where I would just buy halloumi and then just fry it and eat it, and that would be like a lunch. Like, and it was so fucking good.
That in that fucking salsa.
Oh, that would be amazing, man.
The halloumi fries for Burger King, man. Damn.
Big up halloumi. They were good, you bought me them, thank you, kind sir.
Sorry.
Anyway, I'll pass there, because that's me done. I've done enough fucking yapping, but I feel like I yapped in a good yap. Anyway,
you laid
it feels like you got something off your chest as well with that parking thing.
You were like the yappening.
Mark Wahlberg.
It's the bees. Right. Anyway, I'm going to pass there to Youngblood Bradley.
Youngblood Hawk.
Aye.
We come running.
And we come running.
Open up. What is it? Turn up the open door.
Tell me what you're waiting for. Shoot across the street to and they're gonna know the sound
of Darwin Nunez. My joke of the week is Darwizzy Swizzle, man. And it was due to come in at some point, because wow, that guy is different, man. And he's big getting all the slack. Supposedly there was a 75 million bid for Al Hilal that we rejected, which I'm very happy about. All the Liverpool fans are kicking off because he's no scoring, he's no getting the numbers, and he doesn't work in the build-up play, and he doesn't fit the slot system. He'll be the first player to go. I don't give a fuck. It was worth every penny we spent on him. 65 million, whatever it was. I don't care if he doesn't score for the rest of the season, man. They 2 goals against Brentford meant everything. And he's just a choke.
He's a bit. He's annoyingly a choke.
But it's like I think every team in the world has like a player in their team that every other team kind of goes, right, they're not great, but they're kind of cool, but they're kind of choke. Do you know what I mean? Yous have got like Saliba, who's like the most French man alive, and he's just
what?
Saliba's one of the best centre backs in the world.
No, but he's like a choke. Maybe I've watched too many interviews and all that, man. But he pure speaks pure slow French.
I'd say Martinelli probably in Arsenal now. No, that good, but kind of cool.
No, because you need somebody that's hated by everybody else.
Like Xhaka before. Like Xhaka before he was really good in his last season.
Xhaka kind of has that vibe.
You need to go with somebody that's no that good, I think.
You need to go with somebody that's hated even by some of their own fans, but you can deep down they're cool as fuck, they don't give a fuck. Xhaka, we knew that cunt could cook, and he did cook, and then he went to Leverkusen
won the league.
Because like Nunez, the thing that makes Nunez is that like he misses so many chances that like that's why he can't turn him. The same way like Xhaka would have his thing with like getting cares and stuff like that was his fucking burden to carry. Nunez's thing is that like if Nunez scored all the fucking easy chances, it would be heralded as a great, like, you know. But so I compare like he's like fucking what Lamella was like at Spurs. Like
it's like
in
cult
that same
status,
better.
A cult hero,
But he's also disliked by your own fans and some portion.
With that Saliba's like a golden god to us, man.
It's more like that. They don't hate Nunez. Like the fans love Nunez, but they'll just seek him because he isn't producing these numbers that folk are like, oh, but if we don't produce these numbers, like he's not going to make us win it. And it's like, well, we're top of the league anyway, and he's literally just scored 2 goals to keep us there. Do you know what I mean? I don't know, man. But I love him, man. Like, he's just a pure meme. And I love the fact that he'll get into the perfect space 50 times in 3 games and then miss every shot, and then he'll not play. And then he'll not play for 2 months, and then we'll look like we're going to get bet and then score twice in 2 minutes. He's the first player ever to score 2 90 plus minute goals in the Prem, I think. The same player, the guy's cracker.
Oh, man.
I'm sure that was
Did he not do that last year as well?
No, because the first goal against Newcastle was before 90 minutes.
Was it?
And
but he did score 2 last year.
Against you. He came off the bench again.
He is a joke. He's just that raw way where he's a bit of a donkey, but like
I like him. Remember Arsenal were linked to him. I did want him.
But
Kind of glad we didn't.
he's better than Hoyland.
But the thing
anyway.
is, right, Arsenal need a
that his
striker.
name?
Would you take Darwin Nunez?
Well, when we were linked to him before the season started, I was like, I'd 100% take him, but I feel like now it could be that way where he would miss chances and he would get it all.
He'd get it all.
I'd love him, but he'd maybe have that issue and he would just get it
see
all.
if Havertz misses, cunts can go, at least he's not a striker. Like, no an actual
And
striker.
he still gets it stinking. I think Nunez would just be up for fucking.
Would you take him at Spurs?
Aye, probably chaos.
For 40 million.
I'd
You would take him just for the
play him left wing, man, with
He's
Solanke
good
and
at
just
left
no
wing.
balls up to the two of them. It would be fucking unreal.
He's quite good at making
Would you
assists,
take him
you
at
know?
Kelly?
Get a statue built already, man. At Kelly,
Ennis
if they get
Cameron's
again.
my boy, man. Come on. Kyle Vassell, Bobby Wales.
You
Bobby
wonder
Wales
how
is better
folk
than
like
Darwin
that-
Nunez,
Bobby scored
man.
against- He scored against Celtic.
You would wonder how folk like that would deal with it.
But like in that
Because
league,
some folk would probably be like 50 goals, but some folk would be like just getting the lumps kicked to them and be like, I don't know what I'm doing here.
it's
That is
so,
bad. See, because you don't get any time on the ball in Scotland. Like, you got no time. It's like the shortest amount of time you get on the ball.
is it?
It's
something
also
like that.
freezing cold and pissing down and you're playing against cunts that are
Well,
just like...
it's like
on
Mahrez.
3G pitches.
Mahrez couldn't play in Scotland. Mahrez like tried to play for St Mirren and was like, nah, fuck this.
I
it's
even
just
don't
shite,
try
then
when
fucked off.
Heyman goes, this is fucking brutal,
That's
man.
mean.
Wild, isn't it? That is
The
so
weather
wild. I didn't know
is
that.
just...
Kelly had Sean Longstaff. Is it Sean? No,
For
aye, because
Newcastle?
Matt is the younger one. Sean Longstaff.
Aye.
And he was shite for us, like pure shite. And then he's now like Premier League
Aye,
player and all that.
proper
You know what I
Prem
mean?
player.
He's good, eh?
What else do you like about Darwiz? His hair's something, man.
When he was
His
fighting with the
hair.
Colombian fans in the
Oh,
Copa.
aye, because him and Bentancur were getting fucking in amongst the Bentancur was
Aye.
lobbing chairs, I think, for the
That's the
bottom.
thing as well. Like we, in the Prem, he's no great, right? But see for Uruguay, he scores every single game. He's an unreal striker. It just isn't working for him.
Uruguay's
now.
team is also like peak.
Aye,
like,
but
peak.
our team's top of league in the Champions League.
Aye.
So it's no like it is just it's. I think he's going through a confidence issue. Has been for about a year and a half. But the thing is, it was getting a goal every second game like last season. Like it was. It's
He
not
might also
actually
not
that
be
bad.
he might also not be a slot guy.
No, it might not be.
No,
Yeah, it's maybe an out and out like 9. Do you know what I
Just
mean?
carnage.
He's pure. I think it's the chaos ball, innit? But like, he's pure passion, man. Like there was a goal we scored against. Was it Man City or Arsenal or something? I don't know. Like last year, and he was on the bench injured, and he was like jumping down. And there's like he scored against Bournemouth in the League Cup like quarters last year or something like that. And a fan was coming down to hug him, and he was slapping the fan in the back of the head. Like he doesn't think
Is
about
it,
it.
I can't think. How many? Is he get hundreds of tattoos?
Ken who the Nunez
got neck
equivalent
tattoos.
is, and he is really good to be fair. But Gabriel, I hate Gabriel. He annoys me.
No, it's Xhaka. I think it's Xhaka.
One thing we
No,
got.
no, I'm saying that Gabriel is an unreal player. He's probably been your best player this season. He's been
I think that's probably the
so
issue.
good.
'Cause
Aye.
Darwin's
But
not
I'm
been
not
good.
talking. But I mean, like that kind of cult here. Like, I would take a Gabriel on my team because he fights for the badge. He's
I
a chop.
would also take him just because he's one of the best centre
Aye,
backs.
that's a
in the
really
league.
good centre
But
back.
Whereas, like, the-
I think it's Xhaka because a lot of fans would tell you they wouldn't take Nunez. Hundreds
Aye.
of fans would have
Would
told
take
you they wouldn't
Gabriel,
take
aye,
Xhaka,
Gabriel.
Aye.
even when he was good.
Aye.
And he's got that in him the same way Xhaka did him, but they just do stupid things that.
Because I think you need to, if you're looking for a comparison, it needs to be a player that the general world just thinks isn't that good.
Aye.
Because everybody knows Gabriel, Saliba are great. You're thinking more on the you don't like them. So then,
Aye.
whereas I would say the comparison needs
Because
to be on.
European fans are still split on Nunez, whereas
Aye.
European fans, Gabriel and Saliba, are like two that don't get touched with any.
Aye, true.
Aye, never any slander.
Aye.
I'm thinking they're
no.
just like a passionate FC player. Like that in my head, I'm like somebody that just is like
But
has
Xhaka
that.
was
Aye,
passionate.
aye,
Xhaka was-
even, though
that's
he
why,
went,
aye.
even though he went off against Palace and said fuck yous and ripped the tap off and didn't spat on all that,
I
but
don't-
then
I
he
don't-
managed to arc it back.
I don't think Arteta would have a passion FC style player, but like
Well, that's thing now. Like
No,
I
we
was
tried
thinking now,
that, man.
there's
They
no-
just get told
there
to
isn't
beat
really
it.
any players now that Arsenal you're like, oh, they're no really good or Do you know what I mean? Like they're not going through that for whatever it is. Do you know what I mean?
He's no looking for chaos.
No, because my guy wee bit, and he was like, "You're not going to be playing." Like, come on.
He was going on holidays and getting his teeth done, and it was just like getting his hair done. It's like, no, you're not.
You're not what we're after, because like you, bar one particular player in Arsenal's team, they've all got that kind of almost model citizen type fucking vibe. Thomas Partey but bar him, the rest of it, like, and it's not that his antics on the pitch or anything, it's just fucking his
antics off the pitch.
Potentially, but defo. But Darwin Nunez, he is a choke, but like he's fucking. I'm just trying to think air players in the league that fill a similar fucking role, but I'm struggling because I feel like a lot of teams are by with the kind of players that are like.
Do you know how Richarlison's kind of that kind of level?
He's the same. Nunez is probably better, but like Richarlison.
You need folk as well that when they do well, they wind up our teams.
Because that's what Lamela done. That Richarlison does that. He's so good at that. Arsenal, their full team, just like that Lewis Skelly fucking pumping the crowd up after the that riled me up to fuck.
I know.
In fact, we'll talk about this off air because that's going to do a different whole way. You just continue with your Nunez joke.
No, but that's kind of
Richarlison is. South American players do it.
Different, man. They're absolutely different, man. But Nunez is just. I just feel like so happy for him that he scored these goals, because he even came out after the match and it was with that the reporter that translates it, and he was like, I ken I've not been good, I ken he's expect me. Like, he's very, very aware of it, and I think like all the players, even we Chiesa is going up to Nunez and that, like up to the fans, like pure going like for him. Do you know what I mean? Like, hopefully, I don't know if it will be, but even if he gets like, he ends the season with like 15 goals, like he ends up getting a goal every few games or whatever, rather than just missing chances. Like, it could pick him up. Do you know what I mean? And we need him now, because Jota's like got glass legs, so it's one of them. Do you know what I mean?
He does have the goals in him, because he was scoring like fucking every like 2 goals in when he played for Benfica. And
he scored against us in the Champions League. It was unreal. It was one of the top goal scorers in the Champions League group stages for Benfica.
I'm going to look up his record, but I'm pretty sure it's something wild.
It's no like a goal again, but it was quite good. Now at Liverpool, it's not been that good, but that is what it is.
I would just like to add, Vincent Janssen scored 32 goals in one season in the Eredivisie before he came to Spurs, and he could not hit a barn door, man.
Can actual fuck this podcast. That first thing we were like talking about space and apes and that, and now we've got him going out here, man. Liverpool, man, trying to be like professional sports.
Still two jokes to go, man.
See, for Benfica, 48 goals in 85 games. Obviously, it's Benfica and you play against less opposition in that. But that's still crack. That's like
more than a goal every
the Portuguese
game.
league is like almost like top 5 league essentially. But
I mean, Amarin just hanged for the Portuguese league to Man United, so it must have. But they must have saw something in him to be like, do you know what I mean? They also did beat City 4-1, so the team couldn't have been that bad. Like, Sporting wasn't that bad. They've also got Gutierrez, who's like mental, but do you know what I mean? But I think the reason that Nunez gets kind of shat on a wee bit is because the big price tag, obviously, it hasn't provided what the value is. Maybe last year he played quite good, but no, he's not been anywhere near it this year. He's not really had a chance either. He's not started that many games, but he's always going to get that comparison to Haaland, because I think they get signed the same season. Haaland scores a goal a game. Like, it's no normal. There's no player like Haaland. Like, but I just hope for him. I'm happy for him. Hopefully he goes on and scores more goals.
Nunez actually, if his chances, probably could have Haaland's record if he had better finishing.
Close.
He's so good at like getting in the right space. It's just finishing. But it has been like, you can tell he needs the goal. Do you know what I mean? It was like Torres at Chelsea. Do you know what I mean? How many chances was he getting?
It could go one or two ways, because what you don't want is him to end up like Werner, but because Werner looks fierce.
I don't think he'll be like Werner.
He's South American and German. Werner's a timid German cunt that's like fucking fear of loud noise.
I think there's an element.
Professional football, and he can't handle an atmosphere. Like, that's a real thing. He had to go off and play with earplugs one game.
That's wild, man.
And come off at half time.
I think there's an element to it as well, that Nunez is still like, he is learning English and stuff like that, but he's like struggling. It doesn't feel like he's at home. Do you know what I mean? Like, Luis Diaz kind of seems a bit more at home. Like McAllister, obviously he was at Brighton and stuff like that, so they're so much more like climatised to like England, whereas like if he was in Portugal and stuff like that, it's still quite warm and like he's used to it, and he's surrounded by other players that are speaking like Portuguese, Spanish, whatever it is.
Can you do it on a rainy Tuesday at the Emirates?
Exactly. Exactly, man. Can you go to Goodison away?
A Stoke joke.
Do you know what I mean? All right.
Just had to get one in for the culture.
But I know, hopefully
15.
Finn's.
15. I'll do that before you do it.
I hope if Finn's around him, man.
I was thinking it, but I wasn't going to say
Because
it.
I can tell that it feels like it'll be one of the players that will end up going to, like, he'll go to a team in
Go
like,
to AC Milan.
he'll go to AC Milan and he'll score 30 goals. Like, you can just, it'll be like Morata or something like that. You just can. Do you know what I mean? There is a really good goal scoring
He's
player in there.
Lukaku energy, actually.
I was thinking that.
Lukaku's goal record's unreal, but like he has got that same thing.
Nah, he is a good striker. It's just he needs to get the confidence back. So I'm hoping that they do, because the second goal, I don't know if you've watched the highlights, but the second goal was like a proper, like a striker's goal. Do you know what I mean?
Goal.
I didn't watch the highlights.
I
did
didn't.
you?
No, I've not seen them.
Sorry.
That's what
This is the thing. When you're doing well, I'm no bother.
Aye.
It's if you were getting beat 2-0, but I'd have tuned the fuck right in.
I know. I'm
watch.
like that way, like Arsenal, Liverpool.
Well, that's why I watched the Villa game. Do you know what I mean? Well, I kind of checked 2-0 and then.
And then you lock back in.
Lock
you were
back
making
in.
your dinner and Villa scored, and you're like,
It's all about the hate watch.
Aye.
It's all about it, man.
That's what I've got left, I know. So
I'm just trying my best to enjoy this because I can that like after this we might still not win in this season.
You've got
but
me
we're
into
riding quite
hate
good.
watches, but
Aye.
I'm only into hate watches because of him.
Well, I'll give you one thing, Jay, right? And this is why I'm a little hate watcher. I can be a bit salt with you because firstly, Arsenal in the title race, right? They're the closest to us, which is good. They're probably one of the closest teams to us in the Champions League as well because they do have a good team. Also, this. See that? See Martin Odegaard taking that photo last season? Fuck Arsenal. See, after that, I didn't
He
mind
was
Arsenal.
talking about that when we were watching the Villa game. I know the thingy.
Celebrate.
Do you know what's so funny? That's
in my head.
the perfect example
In my
right
head.
there. See, when our teams do stuff to me, it flees in my head. When Arsenal get beat, I feel it in my bones, right?
Aye.
But see if like a Chelsea player like does something to the Arsenal fans, I do not care. Whereas Arsenal are so in folks' heads that when one of them does something,
I'm not even head for it.
it is like I don't know what it is, but it just gets its way
I'll get
into folk.
the Lewis Skelly thing really riled me up because he'd done it like 3 times. Like putting the crowd up.
It's
It's
It
so
really annoyed me.
It's so mental.
It's because the folk kind of, at least for like Arsenal fan TV and the players and that, it's like they act as if they're the best team in the
Like,
world. Do you know what I
Arsenal
mean?
finished 8th twice, and we're still in folks'
But
heads.
I think that's why, because folk are used to like, no, as you said, it's probably because you're a threat now. Folk don't like
It
it.
actually makes me feel a bit better that folk actively go out their way to hate watch us, and it's like that is
because
that is
you're a good
such
team.
Because
Aye.
cunts might do the opposite hate watch with Spurs where they tune in, they like hope they get bet the day, but like no because they're a threat or anything, just because it's funny. Like
Aye.
which is the air side, which might have been where Arsenal was a while back. Where,
Aye,
like,
where it's like it's
cunts-
meme.
Aye, it's memey.
We went to meme
Whereas
to do
it's
the
mere
haters because
threat
we're
kind of
good.
vibes. Aye.
It's- Oh well.
They hate us because they ain't us. That's what they say, innit?
Aye.
I just
No,
just
it's,
cause it's
it's a good thing that Odegaard's in my head. But if it goes really well and we end up going all the way, man. Oh wow! I hope they're taking all the photos of Odegaard, man. All of them.
Can I, this is going to touch back on something that's going to circle back around to no be
It
about
means
fit, but
nothing, but it actually means nothing.
Is that no but massively hanging about your psychology, but the first thing you think about when you win the league is us?
Aye.
Like, what? Like, how can you enjoy life?
But that's just the.
That is fucked as well. That is, man. That is
it's-
toxic.
Do you know?
'cause
Do you know what it is? It's the Spurs fans last year wanting the team to roll air for Man
Yes.
City. It's that.
that's what that
Because
is.
it's more important that they don't succeed and they failed and we
Aye.
succeed.
Oh
Like,
no, it's no. If Arsenal end up winning the league and they beat us to the league, I'd rather that than
but
Man
it's,
City win the
it's
league.
the same mentality. It's
Aye.
the fan
Aye.
It's
mentality
like
of
no matter what.
what you care most about is the air cunt no succeeding
and
kind of
I
thing.
think a lot of football fans like that.
Aye,
and it's
Rangers,
so
Rangers and
wild.
Celtic fans are like that, 100%.
Aye, it's one up on the egos. It's the gloating. Do you know what I mean?
Aye.
Like, you weren't like this 2 years ago.
Well, maybe no. Aye, because we weren't in the position to
That's what I mean. That's what I mean. Like,
but it's because then you get we didn't have the chance to write our rangs or
like,
whatever
see
you wanna call
last
it.
season and the season before,
Aye.
I was a bit excitable about Arsenal, but I don't remember wiping MD's arse with my head.
No.
That doesn't make any sense. Wiping my own arse with MD else's head.
Aye.
I don't remember it, and if we'd have won the league, I'd have maybe poked some fun at folk, but
I know, because that's
no,
not in your personality type
I'm
either.
not here spending all my time thinking about it. Do you know what I mean? I'm just I'm telling you. I'm telling you now because we're talking about Darwin Nunez. You're an Arsenal fan, and we're in a title
We
race.
do talk about Harambe quite a lot in that, and fucking
right,
Arteta and
anyway, who's joke of the week's next?
Lego heat.
Wow.
Lego.
Aye,
Lego.
Lego
I've
heat.
not said that, but I don't mind that. Honestly.
See, to be fair, see if Kelly win the league, I will come up and punch every single one he's in the face, man. And
Why me?
fuck yous all, man. Support your local, and I'll be going a bit fucking cracking yous in the jaw, man. Fantastic.
Here's the
I remember
difference.
the day we
Your
watched the
papa
Rangers.
played with Kelly. My
Aye.
dad hates football.
we watched the Rangers Kelly game here. Bad line scores the goal, and I actually was like, "Fuck everything."
I remember that.
Man. It's like fuck yous.
I don't know why I was getting it. Fuck everybody, but I hate
Football's
football.
the only thing that you go proper, like you can end up in that headspace of like, no, F
That's
you,
why
do you know
I
what mean?
kind of hate
For
it,
90
but kind of
minutes.
love it.
Aye.
But that's the whole thing. It's like it doesn't actually matter. Like I'm not going to know
Skin
about you
babes.
if because you're an Arsenal fan. Do you know what I mean?
Let's not quit while we're ahead. Right, who are you picking for that next joke?
Aye.
Where did we go? Callum.
Oh yeah.
Chewok. You've got to come in after that fucking absolute firestorm.
Aye.
That
I'm
was
gonna-
fucked, man.
I'm going to
You're
take
needing
the
to edit
tone.
this.
I'm going to take
Aye.
the tone down a wee bit. Wow.
Aye.
I'm going to go solemn for this next one. I'm going to be really sad talking about this one. Aye, so the joke of the week is, oh man, David Lynch.
David.
Rest in peace.
Aye, like you're not
The
choking.
goat. Oh no, I'm choking for him because he has choke for the highest, man.
Choke
but
with the highest,
aye,
defo.
it's it does seem to be in vain.
You're
this
doing an
one.
in memoriam.
Pretty much. This is his obituary that he'll love. He'd probably love the fact that he's getting like a fucking random Scottish boys podcast talking about him. You know what I mean?
Aye.
Hopefully he's watching doing this, man.
Aye,
Some boy.
that's it.
But aye, David Lynch was the guy. Like he was the guy. He was the guy that like got me into like weird films. He changed my like perspective on like cinema and all that. The fact that he can make like films that like are essentially just dreamscapes, and you can like do the abstract and like challenge artistry within films. He did it in such a way that was like see when you watch, like he changed like TV and film, like with Twin Peaks and that. Like so, Twin Peaks was like the first series where it was one story through a series of over like multiple episodes.
Aye,
Because everyone like copied that after.
Aye, because
Everyone
everyone
was like
before
sitcom,
that
wasn't
was
it?
like sitcom for
Aye,
TV
or
shows.
it was just like it
Like
was
crime shows where it was
aye.
like it was like almost like a
What's it?
anthology.
Aye, where it would change every episode. What it
Aye.
was.
Like, it created like a culture. They called it, was it the water cooler culture, where folk like in the office would go and like talk about the last night's episode and be like, who
What's going to happen next?
Aye.
Who done it?
Aye, essentially, he was the first guy to do that, and he did it in the fucking weirdest way possible.
Aye, Twin Peaks is the
Like,
Aye,
the
all
weirdest
all
way
the
possible.
HBO stuff and all that after that
It changed
was, like,
now.
always
Because that was like
up to that.
1990, which is mental to
It's
think about.
absolutely cracked, man.
And you watch it,
So
and it's
good.
like see the set design and what he was up to, and just the shit he was like talking about and all that. Man, it was so funny. Like even like his character, the FBI guy, where he's just shouting the log lady. See the
Aye.
first episode where it's like in the like high school hallway, and there's just like a wee guy doing like this mad like crab dance in the background and all that. The fact that Leland Palmer's fucking hair turns white overnight.
Aye,
It's peak. Peak.
fucking right. Too good.
And that's
That's
so,
peak.
so I remember I watched the Razorhead like way too young, like probably like 12, 13, and then just falling in love with it straight away. So there was two films that like got me into like weird cinema, and it was Eraserhead, and it was Gus Van Sant's Elephant. I think I've talked to you about this, Jay. That was the two films that made me think cinema's fucking can be mental, can be fucking weird. And I made a list of directors that Lynch got me into because of that as well. So Herzog, the guy, Michael Haneke.
He's came packing heat. Sorry to interrupt. Right, continue.
So without David Lynch,
This is a joke of the week.
without David Lynch, I wouldn't have like discovered these cunts, man. So Werner Herzog, Michael Haneke, Gaspar Noé, Darren Aronofsky, Gus Van Sant, but he was kind of there at the start. Vera Chitlova, Toshio Matsumoto, Kenneth Anger, man, like all the avant-garde, like that's like the cinema that I like.
And that
And
was
it
like
changed
your
my
entry
perspective.
point, kind of hang into it.
I think he's a lot.
Folks
Like he was like for a lot of folk.
Aye, definitely.
Because like
He's such a good entry point because you can enter and be like, this is fucking weird, but there's like there's like a primal understanding of the films. Because if you watch Eraserhead, it's about a guy being depressed in a city that he doesn't enjoy. Because that's essentially what it was about.
I've not seen it, but it's been on my watch list for a while.
It's
fucked.
because
Aye.
Lynch was living in Philadelphia and hated it. He hated the industrial nature of Philadelphia and was so depressed that he made this film. And when you watch it, you can see it, like, it's so dark. And it's about a guy that comes home and has this fucking mutant Wayne, can't fucking deal with it and all that. Wild. And then that's not even like
no seen it.
it's so fucking good, man.
Aye,
And
I've
it's
heard it's
wild.
good.
And then he's got like the fantasy of the woman in the radiator and all that, and that's like, so that touches on like American culture at the same time as well. Like he had like, so we were talking about off air, like he loved like just American cinema. He didn't like really like art house shit. He was just all about like classic like 30s, 40s, 50s cinema.
Right.
And that was like the hark back to that, where he was taking that but then making it whatever he wanted to do with it. It was like the start of Blue Velvet, where it's like it goes into the grass and it
It's
goes
like-
into the bugs and all that.
Aye, it's
It's just showing like
Ken,
the
what you need
underbelly.
today, but you're going to need to give folk like for dummies, which sounds bad. I'm not calling folk dummies, but like a for dummies introduction to David Lynch.
Aye, so you can just
Because
watch.
cunts are not going to have a Scooby, man.
Aye, so if you like the Elephant Man and Straight Story are like the two really accessible films, and then you can go like weirder after that
Aye.
because they're like pretty standard narrative films.
Could
that
you just tell cunts to hop on Prime and watch like the first episode of Twin Peaks?
Oh,
just watch Twin Peaks and just get an idea.
Essentially, he's an old guy that smoked fags and was this American artist that started making
And
films.
his films, like, probably, I've no
The word that comes to me is scatty. It's the scattiest stuff
Yeah,
ever. They're so
aye.
scatty. They're mental. Bit like Gid, mental.
Aye. So, R.I.P.
He
Go.
had
R.I.P.
hair
indeed.
as well.
His hair was brilliant.
And that's another thing. All his other art in that was amazing as well. Like he made tunes and he made sculptures and he did like actual art pieces in that, man. He just was moving all the time. See, during COVID, he had these weather report thing on YouTube where he was just like going, and would you believe it? It's Friday again. It's about 23 degrees outside. Oh, it'd be Fahrenheit. 23 degrees outside. It's nice and sunny. I woke up and I was listening to the Supremes today. Choke, man. Such a cool cunt. And he's got so many like quotables, just him and like talking in interviews and all that. There was somebody who was like, the most famous one was like, he's like, oh yeah, Razorhead's my most personal film, and the guy was like, would you like to elaborate? He was like, no.
Aye, he notoriously never explained any films
I saw
ever.
that he said he's like, people always ask me when I do these interviews and they say, can you explain the film? He goes, the film is explaining. Like that is the explanation.
Aye.
The film. Go
I
and
think
watch
that
the
was
film.
the thing I put in the chat about words. He's
Aye,
like, don't make it
no,
words.
aye,
He's
aye.
like, because then you're unfilming what I've filmed, if you know what I mean.
Aye.
Anyway.
That almost briefly taps into that thing. We was it last week we were talking about it with the fucking making stuff and art and no like I don't know if that
For
was
no
that
reason, no for
but
him.
it's like it's
For it just
it's
to be
be a
what it
thing
is.
that's just to be
Maybe it
interpreted
was
as an
2 or
individual.
3 weeks ago. Was that when I
Maybe.
went hell for leather telling folk to touch grass and
Oh,
stuff?
aye,
Aye, maybe.
But he was a big advocate for that. That was his
Aye,
thing.
like for no like doing stuff for yourself and like just for the thing to be
Aye.
interpreted as you see fit, no like having to have fucking like pages on pages of analysis and 100 different
Even though we
theories.
do joke.
And we love it, we
Aye.
love it, but like you can also appreciate that a thing can exist and just like
Aye.
because like you can look at a good painting and be like, Ken, that's kind of cracked, and like it makes me feel this way, and that can be it. Like that can be it. Like that.
And also it'll be different to everybody else, including the person that made
and
it.
like there isn't ever actually going to be like a million cunts could write an essay on the Mona Lisa and not one of them will be fucking right. Like it will all be because some cunts might be like, well, this technique and this brush stroke and this and that, but then at that point, what's the fucking hanging? So David Lynch, I think he was on that kind of that train where it was like art's art. Like,
and if you're wondering why his films needed to be explained, just watch like Mulholland Drive or something, man. Because then you'll be like, this doesn't make any sense. The Maze Bushman is probably Inland Empire, which is fucking insane. That's mental.
I'm definitely going to hit like the fucking.
I'm going to hit
the omnibus.
One thing
you should, man. Just choke them all, man.
One thing I would need to say, and I don't know what else you can say this for, but folk will have all their favourite films, favourite musicians, favourite fitba players or whatever. Maybe I could link it to fitba players. Maybe I could link it to... Try to think of something else I could link it to. But like, see when you've got a cult hero fitba player, right? Like Eremenko for Kelly.
Meditaul.
You're no... Like, players leave and you're like, I am never going to see that type of fitba player again. Ever again. It's gone. It's gone. Everybody that comes after him is just influenced by him or similar to him, but they ain't him. Yeah. That's what he is.
Because nobody's ever going to touch
he
that
existed, and his films will forever exist. But see, for no one, there's never going to be an him. It can't happen. It's impossible.
There's never going to be someone that will make anything as weird as rabbits.
No.
Nothing.
And so it's like, and so that's why I think he's like,
and like, and even if cunts, they have the same skill set and produce stuff that is as weird, it still won't be the same thing.
Because it would be intentionally to try and be like somebody else. It wouldn't be their own. And his own was so individual. Do you know what I mean?
You've got guys like Eggers and Astor and all that. Even to an extent like Greta Gerwig and all that, who have got their own style. Like Wes Anderson's got like their own style and that. But they're not coming close to that
podcast, man.
What like?
I zoom out sometimes and then I zoom back in and we're all sitting here, somebody's talking about shaved apes and then he's out there spitting bars about cinema history, man, and you're fucking screaming about Darwinism Squidzy.
I'm talking about fucking getting parked up at me.
I just don't know where I'm at.
Aye, no, I don't think we're meant to.
See, that's the thing. So this podcast is like
talking shite.
No, but it's like
Lynchian?
It's Lynchian. It's fucking. It's like
it doesn't need to make sense.
It actually does. That's true.
This is an offset of Lynchian ideals, man.
I feel like, but I'm getting ripped through a black hole. Or a wormhole. I'm like fucking
fucking
You're like fucking seeing Donnie Darko with the wormhole appears at his chest, man. That's you.
Aye,
because it's like matters getting put towards like fitba culture, movie culture, fucking carn culture. And you're just sitting there like, man, what the fuck, man? Try to hold it together.
That's just the third choke and all. We've still got one more choke to go.
You're like we look Dementors for Harry Potter sucking wee bits of soul at you, but I just can off you, man.
Aye, so just why wrap up. David Lynch, fucking guy, absolute goat. Rest in peace. And
see, before I spit bars with batteries,
who loved the fag, didn't he?
Aye, 2 bars left in it. He actually liked too many fags. That's what killed him.
Well, because what happened was the wildfires happened and he had to get moved for his house, and then like a day or two after that he died.
Was it?
Because I think the fumes got in his lungs and fucked up. But he did say in his last interviews, I wish I didn't smoke so many fags. But he did have a great time doing it. You know what I mean?
Aye, at least
we still lived. What was he, 77 or something?
78 or something like that.
I think I'd take 78.
Because I watched an interview and Ron Perlman was talking about him and he's like, I still smoke fags, but I like.
Of course he does, man.
I mean,
one of I'll say my favourite David Lynch moment was when he was doing like an advertisement on the street corner for Inland Empire, and he was just sitting there with a horse and just shouting at folk, going, "Laura Dern did the greatest movie performance of all time. Watch my movie. Watch my movie. Laura Dern did the greatest."
I thought it was Naomi Watts that is Laura Dern, isn't it?
Laura Dern, aye.
What's the one with the coup?
Aye, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh, is that a horse, not a coup?
I think it's a horse, and he's sitting in the corner, and he's just got a massive poster, because nobody would do, because see if you watch the film, it's so fucked
Crack
that
it.
nobody took it on. He films it. He films it in like a camcorder. It's insane. And he's just got
It's fucked.
nobody
Is
would
it?
fund an advertising campaign, so he just sat in the corner and was like, "Laura Dern," the whole time, man.
The saddest thing at all time is so he done that one thing for Netflix where he interviewed a monkey, right?
And
And see, after that, he was meant to do more things, and I just think they said, no, we're just no giving you the money. And see the amount of shit they've pumped money into. I seen like a couple of his
That is
films were
kinda
like
mad,
15 million, all this kind of stuff. And it's like, see the amount of money Netflix has spent on like insert whatever thing. It's like, somebody could have easy slid that cunt 15 million.
They're getting that cunt. What's his name? And he produces like they're somewhere between like straight to DVD and like home. What's the the home channel fucking movies? Hallmark style. There's like they're like somewhere in between that, and the cunt pumps them out, and his names are in the title, and it's like thriller stuff. He makes TV shows. Harlan Coben or something, is it?
Oh
Is that
yeah,
his name?
Harlan Coben.
And it's like the stuff's alright.
He's the novelist. He's the guy who writes it.
Oh, so he's the
I
writer.
think he just sells the rights. I think.
Oh, right, that makes sense. Because I thought that was the guy that directed it, but then it's no. But they're pumping so much money into making this cunt films there and there.
He gets his name like plastered all over the joint. It's fucked. And everything that's like you see is so shite as well. I don't know what the books are like, but
No idea, man.
But Netflix just fire money at fucking anything. But no.
They could have just slid my man.
I mean,
Aye.
what was the last good Netflix movie? Like Roma was amazing. I really liked Roma, but there's no been that many. It's like
I
one
liked
in every
it was Power of the Dog or whatever.
That was
Was
quite
that
good.
on
Was that
I've not seen
Netflix?
it.
That was Netflix.
It was
aye.
pretty good, but I like that's come back a couple of years now.
I can't think of the Netflix specific ones.
I feel like there was one.
Was Gerald's Game Netflix?
It was, but that was like, when was that? That was pretty
that
good.
was-
that was
that
really good.
2015 or- No,
I think that was before Roma. I think
Was it?
Aye, because Roma won best.
Aye, that was like it was like the
Foreign-
first. It was the
Also,
first
aye, they're
like
no like
non.
they're
So
no like
2016
pumping them
or
out or
so?
whatever.
Aye.
Gerald's Game
No,
I think,
With
was
a bit of
2015.
cash they've got as well.
Oh well, rip to my man. He probably doesn't give a dung.
Also, fucking Amazon Prime spent like 300 million making that red one for Amazon.
Wow.
So they did, and then they decided, fuck, we better put this out in theatres for a Christmas film, and spent like another 200 million on marketing,
That's
$500 million, and I think it made like fucking 30 million.
And that
opening
David
weekend.
Lynch couldn't have been
Aye,
20 just
aye.
to do a kind of
Just
passion piece.
because The Rock wanted 150 million. Like,
Well, he'd have lost money because his production company is $7 or whatever it is, because he said that he had $7, even though he actually his dad and his papa were both WWE wrestlers.
fuck
it's
The Rock,
$7,
man.
and it's like
Fuck The Rock.
it's like Brooklyn Beckham saying that, I don't know what to do with my life. It's like, aye, because you can do anything. Do you know what I mean? Or I'm a chef because your dad's worth 400 million. He's David Beckham. Aye, but aye.
Nah, fuck these cunts, man.
I don't
fuck
mind.
The
Some
Rock.
nepo babies are fine, man. Do you know what I mean?
Aye.
Like
Maya Hawke, man, some boy.
But acting
Maya Hawke, big up fucking hingy, Lily Rose Depp,
Jack
man.
Quaid is.
Big up Federico Chiesa. Not to bring back him, man.
Aye, he's
Go it.
cool. His dad was.
We like the
Jack
Nepo
Quaid's
babies.
the peak. He's like, no,
Jack
I can,
Quaid.
my
Aye.
mom's Meg Ryan and my dad's Dennis Quaid, like, but like, I'm acting cool, and like, he's no hiding for it. He's like, I can, I'm a jammy bastard. Like, that's what I want. Just say that, and then you're cool. Do you know what I mean? See when they're like, I came for nothing. It's like, no, you never. And your dad probably didn't either.
Hingbe Wolf that was in Hereditary, he's a Nepo baby because his like mum was like a mad producer, his dad was like a mad producer. What's his first name again?
Alex.
Alex Wolff, and then he's got a brother. They were the Naked Band brothers.
Naked
on
Brothers
Nickel-
Band.
Aye,
That was
Nickelodeon.
goat it, man.
When somebody says something that I want to read it, I was saying to Lauren, like, he's on the Naked Brothers Band, and she's like,
He's the
"No."
drummer, isn't
I
He's still
can't remember.
tiny.
I just remember it's like the two brothers, and that's
Aye.
one of them.
he? Anyway, we should move on.
Good actor though. Good actor.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. He's cool. He's cool.
Aye.
But aye. Right, Jay, what's your?
I just want to flag it up for any of my fans out there. Kidding on, I've not got any, but
I'm sure you've got a few.
well,
Sure you've got-
I'm
You've got
just
3 right here.
we're needing
Exactly.
hashtag justice for Jay because we're 4 episodes in. And 3 of the times I've been last, and the only time I wasn't last is because I fucking picked to go first. Hell, I'm telling you, man.
Well, I was first and I picked Bradley, so really it was his responsibility to pick you. I forgot.
It's too funny. Every week I sit here and I'm like, maybe somebody will like decide to pick me, and I'll not be default to last.
Okay, but I think it's because you're host. In my head, that's the justification. I never thought about it.
No, it defo could be.
You're Hodor, like fucking. You open and close the door.
I would need to go back. I would need to go back and see what happened to him.
I don't think I was ever last, but that's the thing.
Nah, maybe wasn't.
It's probably just fuck me, but anyway,
It
fuck
could
me.
also be seat position and stuff as well.
Aye.
Because
Sure, there's some sort
we're
of psychology
likely to
in that.
be in the first two probably, just because like either one of us,
Aye.
and then you are hanging. But aye. I
Sorry,
mean,
I'll just
but
pick
we'll
myself
try and keep
first
it in
next
mind, and I
week.
know we will forget. Like,
Because
because you're last. Oh fuck! You've had to
so
pick.
this is why every week I'm last, is because I go last and then I need to pick who's first,
And then that's why we went. Aye, that's probably psychologically we think you're last.
Ah, right.
right.
Right, next
Anyway.
week, shuffle it next week. You can go second. We'll say it now.
Right. I need to pick between two, and I might just fucking.
If you do them in a timely manner, you could just do both. If you wanted to,
Nah, bank it for next week.
or bank it.
Or bank it for next week. True. Right. Fuck it. SpongeBob film.
Yes. You cannot bank that for next week. You must
Were
speak now.
were we on here last week, but singing "I'm a Goofy Goober"?
I'm a Goofy
Aye.
Baby man.
Wait,
aye.
what was we?
Aye, we were. Aye,
Why? Because we were talking about it, and that's why we ended up.
because
You
it's
said you were
yellow.
going to watch it,
Aye.
and we've
And I
watched
did
it.
watch it.
We watched
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Right, so
This is a fresh watch.
on Netflix for any of the
Aye.
jokes, under 90 minutes long.
Is it on
Honest-
Netflix?
Oh, aye.
Aye, it's
Aye.
like 80 something minutes long, 87
Aye.
minutes long, so it'll not take you that long to do. I'm telling you, man. Needs to be like one of the best animated
Ba-
things ever.
It's so good.
It's so fucking stupid. Like, so stupid.
Kim, I said to Lauren when we watched it Saturday, so obviously
Aye.
we watched it last week, we watched it Saturday. Kim, SpongeBob is memes before memes existed.
Oh, aye.
Aye.
See the imagery, see like, there's a bit in the film, I think I said to you in our chat, where it goes, I'm a goofy goober, rock, and then it's just a photo of a rock. And it says rock.
Aye.
The funniest, man.
It's got like,
just
it's got like
tickles
hundreds of
my
like
brain,
meta
man.
stuff and stuff that's like kind of jokes slightly veered towards adults that children maybe wouldn't get. But like
Aye.
it starts with pirates finning buried treasure and it's tickets to the SpongeBob film, and they go into the theatre, and then
That's
the
off
Sponge
meta, innit?
and then the SpongeBob film starts.
Mate, aye,
That's just
it's-
two
so
the film.
good.
This is pretty crazy.
It's so good, man. Like, so good.
But I'm just telling you, man, Patrick Star is no right, man. SpongeBob's also no right. What's quite good about it is, like, I imagine the SpongeBob episodes before it came out, you didn't really get a lot, whereas I feel this kind of goes into, because it shows you him waking up in the morning and doing all his gear and all that.
Aye.
Kevin's awful funny, right? He's got a toothbrush, right? Because obviously he's got the two front teeth. He's got a toothbrush that's just got like two big like bits, two big brush bits, right? And he puts his toothpaste on it, and you go and think he's going to brush his teeth, and he brushes his eyes, shoots it out his eyes, and his eyes like sparkle animation. It's fucked, man.
See when he's getting ready and all, man, like he goes to his cupboard and it's like bulging in, like it's like a box. Like he just bulges his trousers and puts them on.
Aye, and then
it's
the
too
back
good.
pings off and his arse is out, and he's like, "Oh, it's fuck." There's quite a lot of arses in that, because there's his arse and then there's Patrick's arse.
I said that to Lauren as well, because we were at our dad's house for Christmas and the Despicable Me 4 film came on, and obviously I have to tell his own I can't no look at it.
Aye.
And there must have been about 5 arse jokes where it was just like the Minions arses, and I was just like, Ken, this is in
SpongeBob.
there must be a thing in these films where they just die like butts are funny.
So
Yeah, arses are funny.
Arses are funny.
if there's
Yeah.
anybody that's no seen it, the story is Mr. Krabs is opening a second Krusty Krab. What's it called? Is that what it's called? Second Krusty Krab 2. And he's going to announce a new manager, and SpongeBob thinks it's going to be him,
I made me watch it, man. It's so good.
but it's actually Squidward that gets it right. So because he's opening a Krusty Krab 2, Plankton has decided, no, like, I'm not having this, I need to get in on this. So what he does is steal King Neptune's crown, frames Mr. Krabs so that Neptune thinks it's crabs, and then SpongeBob and Patrick need to go and get the crown back because Plankton has now like started selling buckets because he thinks chum bucket. So he started selling burgers, and you get a free bucket with it. Everybody puts it on their head, and then who controls the full tune. So Patrick and SpongeBob need to go and find the crown to save the day, and what a fucking laugh. Came what's funny, he's a guy that grew a mustache last year and he's no shaved it off once yet. There's a bit where they're like, right, when like this mermaid's like, it's Neptune's daughter, and she's like, we're going to turn these into men, and he's like, no, I don't know, ma'am. She's like, right, close your eyes. She gets 4 bits of seaweed and puts like 2 on each of them. And SpongeBob's like, I don't really feel any different, Patrick, do you? He's like, oh my god, you've got a mustache. And he's like, so do you. And they're like, oh. Then an actual biker comes along that's like an assassin that's been paid by Plankton to kill them.
Dennis.
He pulls down his fucking, he's got a mask, like a bandana, pulls it down, squeezes his face like that, and a mustache pops out, and they're just like, alright. It's so fucked, man.
It's so good.
So many
I mean,
gags.
if you've not seen it, skip forward ahead a minute, but that's a new running joke.
Honestly.
I mean, if you've not seen it,
How you know saw the SpongeBob film,
David
man?
Hasselhoff is in it at the end. Like real
pecs.
David Hasselhoff. With his pecs. What the fuck,
It's
man?
the funniest, man.
That's so peak, isn't it?
It's so good.
It's so clever, man.
Do you know what
some of the
inspired
stuff.
SpongeBob? Lynch. 100%. Surrealism to the max, man.
That is definitely things like that. Because
100%.
SpongeBob's kind of like there's a wee bit like the Simpsons things where there's some movie references and stuff in it, like there's Nosferatu, stuff like that. So
what was the episode they go, nah, it's you Nosferatu, and then it's the actual Nosferatu, like, and he's like he's like winking at him.
I like the actual OG fucking old bastard.
Nosferatu. That's so
good,
good, man.
the only thing about the SpongeBob movie that maybe is different from but then this also happens with the Simpsons movie, is you don't get too much for their characters. You do get a bit for Squidward, but like Sandy Cheeks is
She's got
she's not in it barely. She's in it like twice.
See the stair. There's like SpongeBob is getting ready, right, and then it pans like to Squidward's house, right, and Squidward's in a shower, and he's going la da dee, la da dum, la da dee, and then SpongeBob's arm just comes out and starts scrubbing his back, and he starts going away. I'm like la da dee, la da dum, la da dee, and Squidward's like, what you doing in here? He's like, I was just helping you clean. Like what you looking for? Like, honestly, it's so. I might rewatch it. It was so
Patrick
funny,
and
man.
Hawkins, he lives under just like a fucking boulder.
Aye.
SpongeBob goes out in the morning and Patrick flips up with a boulder and he's no get anything on. He's like an actual starfish, and he's like, oh sorry, gets back down and puts his trousers on and comes straight back up. There's a lot of stuff that's a wee bit lowbrow, but it's, I don't know, man, it's so good.
I think it's witty, man. I think
That is
so
like,
good, man.
it sort of teeters on the edge. A lot of it's witty and a lot of it's just like you need to just take it for what it is, and it's
so
like
stupid,
Wayne's
man.
like, but it's like it's no like you could 100% let your Wayne's watch it, but it's definitely not like the cleanest fucking comedy thing of all time.
No.
Like folk are talking about death and I don't know, man. Like
it's quite existential, but SpongeBob's always had that element of like something's gonna happen, or there's a deeper meaning. I like when the tan ice cream, and like SpongeBob's got to like leave because he's not got the manager's job, and
they're steaming off the ice cream.
and then like Patrick orders this like it's like a triple Sunday sunrise or something like that, and like SpongeBob stops and his full face drips, and he's like, a triple Sunday sunrise, and he's like, I guess I can have one, and then they like just tan it, and then they're going waiter and they end up
get
smashed.
steaming.
And he's like pure rough the next day, and
I
see
love it, man.
see that imagery, man, like his actual eyes are like actual meatballs, and he's like dragging himself like Mr. Krabs, like trying to fin him because he's pure hungover for the ice cream.
Good, man.
It's so good, man.
Right, I'm a goofy goober anyway.
Yes, sir.
SpongeBob, Netflix, watch it, do it.
We're all goofy goobers.
Rock. Right, wrapping up episode 4 of season 2 of Disco Saloon, baby. We'll be back next week, episode 5. Usual, Thursdays, love it.
Drop hashtag justice for Jay in the comments.
I appreciate MD that does want justice for me.
If
Can him
MD
for
does,
some justice.
say fuck off Jay, hashtag fuck off Jay if you don't want justice for him.
There'll be somebody that doesn't want justice. Somebody out there, man.
No, but leave some comments or whatever.
Hashtag I'm a goofy goober.
If, I swear to God, if you make it this far, I don't know who you are.
You're built
Thank
different.
you. I think you deserve
You're either
thank you.
built different or you've just left it on while you're doing the hoovering. You're like, they still talking.
They still yapping.
Right.
Anyway,
Goodbye,
here's to feeling good all the time.
Aye, and what does David
All
Lynch
the
say
time.
again? Something about, I don't even know.
Coca-Cola, I love it. What a drink, huh?
We shall get you.
Bye.
Bye.